And what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the podcast. Willem, how are you today?
I'm doing just dandy. It's got the summer temperature out there, and I'm boiling.
Buddy, it's so nice. My pasty white skin is just getting burnt to like crisps out
Yeah,
there.
I'm working on a beautiful farmer's tan right now.
Oh, perfect. You know.
Yeah, hoping to get it like nice and good enough that next time I take off my shirt, I blind an entire group of people. Just because that contrast.
That's the dream, man. Farmers and
Mhm.
their beauty standards, eh?
Exactly.
100%. Yo, did you see this? Like like all these people like gathered at a park in Toronto. And it looked like a rock, basically like a rock concert or some shit. Like just the amount of like people that were that like congregated at the park, right? Like there was 100 people just all like together. Did you hear about that?
I did not.
Okay. Anyways, well, like Doug Ford had to like make a emergency announcement today at 10:30 a.m. saying, "What are you doing, guys?" Like
Yeah,
coronavirus, like just because we're in phase one. Like I feel like everyone. What do you think? Like I see all over social media, everyone's like hanging out and stuff now. Like, do you think it's more? But I don't like see like that big a change. Like, I feel like everyone was always like not social distancing. Like I've been on lockdown, frankly, and I know you have too. But
yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people have based on like how the numbers of infection rates are going down, but I definitely think there's still a large number of people who just disregard the rules completely.
yeah, it's confusing. I think it's like one of those like trend things where since we're going into like phase one, that's like a good news day, so like people like will start hanging out again, and then like if some bad news comes out, like, oh, we had like another spike of infections today, everyone stay inside, then people will get like take a little more like warning
Yeah,
to that.
yeah. I mean, like phase one, what you're not even supposed to be hanging out with people. That's like phase two or phase three or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone stay home, we got this.
Be safe.
Quote of
Don't
the
be like
week. Don't be like who? Continue.
the hairdresser in America who had the virus, had relatively bad symptoms, and cut the hair of 91 people, and probably infected like all of them.
Yeah, well, America's kind of screwed anyways.
Yep.
They lifted the ban, and then Trump's just like, yeah, it's going to be a natural selection. Like, only the most fit will survive.
Seriously?
Well, yeah, like he's hoping that people will develop the antibodies to fight it off, and
Like
like,
herd immunity?
yeah,
Yeah.
herd immunity, exactly that.
That's what Sweden tried to do, and they've been doing it since like the beginning of this thing, and
Hmm.
it's starting to screw them over. Their like death rate is starting to increase quite a bit. So,
Yeah, like
good job, Trump.
we just can't seem to learn from other nations. Like, and I also hear that it's supposed to be like worse, kind of, because it's kind of mimicking like how Spanish flu in like the early like 1900s was, like a similar pattern. Like it comes back in like a second wave after the summer.
Yeah, and the second wave is going to be worse than the first.
Yeah. Anyways,
Not looking forward to it.
yeah, like I'm confident. I'm pretty confident that we will get like a vaccine maybe by like the end of the summer, or at least like like an at-home test, which would definitely be like
Yeah,
a few
yeah.
steps forward in this. And like, have you seen anything with the llamas?
I have not.
Okay, so there's like llamas in like Southern America, wherever llamas are prevalent. Or is that alpacas? Pretty much the same thing. But they're like llamas with like special antibodies that they've used before to like do research and fight off AIDS and like HIV and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah.
thinking like the similar antibodies will have like a same effect in helping us find like a cure for the
COVID.
coronavirus. Yeah,
Yeah.
COVID-19. Yeah, so that'd be cool.
Hmm.
You have
That would be
some
cool.
llama DNA
Yeah.
intertwined into yours.
Well, I also heard that the relative of like the symptoms that you get is really like heavily correlated with your vitamin D levels.
Yeah,
So
like
like if you have a lot of vitamin D in your system, the symptoms won't be as bad for you or something like that. So get some sun if you can't get enough sun. Just get some vitamin D tablets, and they'll go a
Yeah,
long way.
definitely. Like, I mean, it wouldn't do you any harm,
Yeah, it
you
won't do
know,
any harm.
at least. But buddy, I got freaking exposed by Stitsville Bobs this week. That's a story to tell. Holy shit.
Yes, Spitzel Mom's a
Yeah.
legend.
So like there's new like information and like twists to the story about like Corona every day, right? So I don't
Yeah,
keep up on absolutely every headline because I don't have the patience for that, nor do I want to, be so anxious thinking about, like something new is going to come out. um and like this person posted like, oh, I'm so pissed that I see all these like teenagers hanging out and stuff like that, and I'm like, yeah, and it might be of some comfort knowing that sunlight kills coronavirus, right? Because that was like the most recent article I read was that like the
yeah,
sunlight, like the radiation kills coronavirus, and I'm
yeah.
like, and then some person just sends me links. They're like, they compared me to Trump, and I was like, fuck no, I'm putting my foot down. I'm nothing like Trump. I'm sorry. I'll admit I'm wrong. I didn't understand this because I didn't keep up with everything. But yeah, that was really embarrassing because I didn't know, because like, obviously other places have sunlight and there's like high, like, America has sunlight and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I gotta keep my information straight. But yeah, that was embarrassing. That was definitely the highlight of my week. Anything exciting happened to you or?
I mean, besides our AC not working too well, it being like 80 degrees in here and stuff like that.
Fire.
It's been going all right, I guess.
You definitely have a new like respect for AC after you go
For
through
AC,
something like
oh,
that. Yeah.
100%, man.
It's like when you get like a stuffy nose, and like you just wish you could breathe through your nostrils again.
Yeah, you're just
But
like suffocating.
it's the worst, man. It's the worst. And also like when you have like a sore throat, man, and you just like miss how much you enjoyed like eating food without a sore throat.
Yeah, just
Exactly though.
the memories of being healthy
But I,
and
I'm
comfortable.
I 100%. I'm just going to say right now, I appreciate being healthy so much because,
Yes,
oh man, you definitely don't want to catch anything on top of coronavirus, and like just would not be
very true.
good.
Yeah,
100%, man, 100%. So we
so
got another random question generator, different website this time.
yeah,
Um,
you wanna go into some tech news, or do you not have much tech news for today?
Tech news. I
Yeah,
mean, if you have something, you can commence, and then I'll see what I got.
sure. The only thing I really got is the 10th gen Intel chips are kind of coming out, getting some performance numbers right now, and oh boy, do they use a lot of power.
Shit.
But they're not furnaces. They were expecting them to be like really, really hot. They're not doing that bad. Besides, but you can't really overclock or anything like that. But they use an insane amount of power. I think like the i9 10th gen can use like 300 or 400 watts or something.
Damn. This power supply is not even that big.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because I guess like a smallest one for like a netbook or whatever would be like 150 watt or something. Probably much lower, actually.
For a notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like mine, the one in my laptop, 65 watts, and this one's like 300.
There you go. There you go. In the social media world, uh, you know, the, there's that Trisha Paytas video I sent you, which is her just losing her freaking mind, man.
Yeah.
And what else is up? Oh, Keemstar and FaZe Banks, they have a podcast now, and it's like the douchiest podcast I've ever listened to in my life. Like it's they just like argue amongst each other, and this guy Colossus, who they call Clown, which is a pretty brutal nickname in my opinion. Like they all just argue amongst each other, like they were going off. Do you know the YouTuber like Vitali or Vitally?
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't he in jail now or something?
Yeah, he's
He's
like,
like roided up or something.
yeah, he's being accused of just like it's so dumb. Like he was hiding in the bushes and he just jumped out at this like jogger and like they don't even know each other and he just like beat her face in and then like it's horrible, but it's just it's so dumb and like I don't like Vitally. I'm gonna be honest. Like he just has like a lot of dumb pranks, and I think pranks are like the most overdone YouTube video of all time.
Yeah, just trying to get some money.
Exactly. So yeah, not very like original, and it's just really dumb. And they went on this like so in the podcast, they went on this like really big discussion on whether like mental health mattered when sentencing someone. And damn, it was a hard word to say. And like one guy didn't believe in like mental health, and it was just such a dumb conversation. But like I'm gonna listen to these guys anyways, just because like all the clout and like popularity they have, and I just it's interesting to know other people's opinions on things, definitely, even if you don't agree with them.
I mean, listening to the comments of or watching the comments on videos like that is very interesting. You kind of see
100%.
what the general consensus or like what their fans believe. But sometimes it's scary when you see like a video of someone being absolutely nuts and the comments are just like, yeah, I agree. It's just like, oh, my faith in humanity has been destroyed.
Yeah, man. Oh, well, my faith in humanity was pretty destroyed after like Keeping Up with the Kardashians became a TV show. Like,
Yeah, but
what?
every now and then you have like a moment you're just like, we can forgive those people because overall the world is still good. But sometimes you wonder.
And it's basically Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but it's so funny to me just watching these people like spaz out in like a general store, and someone's like, "Get that man a water." Like obviously water's not going to help them at this point. Like
Yeah.
but at the same time, I guess it is kind of like reassuring that people are like looking out for these obviously like mentally ill people and stuff, and wanting them to stay hydrated, and also filming them in case like there's some police brutality or something.
Yeah. I mean, keeping like the public plays such a big role now in actually making sure that type of stuff gets done. Because in many cases, like a company or even stuff like that, they'll just be so dishonest until the public actually knows the truth, and then they'll be so quick to fix the mistake. You just wish
Yeah,
they'd do it right the first time, right?
100%. 100%. Like common sense is uncommon now, unfortunately. Like
Yeah,
it's that saying, absolutely. We all need to just need to spread a little more love and a little less COVID-19.
exactly. So we got a question generator for today.
Funny. This is hilarious, man. Like it's literally just a on this website, it's just like a GIF of a GIF. How do you say it, Willem? How do you say GIF or GIF?
I mean, apparently the creator said it's called GIF, so I'm gonna have to
GIF.
change and start calling it GIF.
I think because I used to call it GIF too. GIF makes me think of like Jiffy peanut butter, which is like an American like peanut butter brand, or like
Yeah,
Jiffy Lube, which is like an oil changer place. So, or it might be just a garage, I think. But
yeah,
hey, it might be the best of both worlds. That'd be pretty great.
yeah.
And
Isn't it kind of weird how like GIF is GIF, and then like Giphy, the app for is just called Giphy. Like they use a different sound for G, even though it starts the same.
wow. I guess it's like one of those things like Tuesday and Tuesday, which is like it kind of like they're both right to say it.
Yeah.
I don't know. You say Tuesday.
I say Tuesday. Yeah, I do say
Yeah,
Tuesday.
yeah, 100% you do, because that's the first time I've ever heard it, and I was like,
Oh,
I'm like, what is this man? This man is wrong. This man is completely wrong. Anyways, random question generator with the funny looking duck, Jeff. What's your go-to dance move?
oh, you already know, man. It's the stick the hands up and just hands back and forth
I think it's
and
more
and,
the
and slightly bob. As you say, I look like one of those inflatable car salesman things.
yeah, woo, the super wacky, wavy, inflatable tube man. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
100%, 100%. Um, I think you also have like the fishing rod, right? When you stick one
Fishing
hand
rod.
up and you just
Oh
like
yeah, exactly. That's that's
circle.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said both hands. I'm like, I see
Yeah.
Willem doing that too.
Yeah, I'm not much of a both hands guy. Just more of the yeah.
Hey, you gotta shake it up, every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying.
100%. I think mine is definitely like the sprinkler.
Yeah. I mean, you just like walk around.
I just yeah.
You're just so hyper at like a club or something like
I'm
that. You
more
just
I'm
you
more
just
yeah
walk
about
around.
catching the vibe, man. You just got to go to
Yeah.
wherever the vibe is great and you just party up with them. I like to jump up and down, headbang at like EDM concerts.
Yes.
I got some tools on the utility belt there.
Yeah. The bass drop.
Oh yeah, 100%. What dumb accomplishment are you most proud of?
Oh. I mean, I've done so much dumb stuff, and I'm
And
almost never proud of
succeeded.
it. I'm almost never proud of it. I don't know.
Wow.
Whenever I like modify something with my computer, I make the stupidest mistakes. Like I was installing a new CPU cooler, and I
Yeah,
lost a screw in there for 40 minutes.
that
I
just
dropped it, and
sounds
I don't know where
tedious.
it went.
I hate that. It kind of sucks that the screws are black in a black case because it's like there's no way
It's
to
awful.
differentiate it from like the case. Like,
Yeah.
and your case is like big enough that you could totally lose things. It has like all these folds and stuff. So yeah, 100%. I was gonna say for me, definitely getting like ordained online.
Oh, yes.
So if any of the listeners out there want to be married, hit me up. I'll most likely do it for free.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, you have a little marriage experience, don't you?
yeah, we definitely we abused our power because it was like me and a few friends who got ordained, and we like it wasn't anything special. It was like this free like get ordained online. But apparently the guy who plays Dumbledore used that website to get ordained. So this is a little bit of star power backing it up. Don't want to brag, but you shall not pass.
Yeah.
Pretty iconic saying. But yeah, no, we just all like got ordained, and then we all just married each other. I mean, our taxes are horrible.
So complicated.
It's really hard. It's really hard. We don't look forward to the tax paying
I
season.
see.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Um, ooh, what's the last book you gave up on and stopped reading?
Oh wow. Okay, well, the book. I mean, I've never just completely stopped the book and not reading. Well, not for the past few years.
That's what I was gonna
Um,
say too.
but I take a long time. So there's a series. I think the first book in the series called The Gardens of the Moon. The entire thing is like 10,000 pages on like my iPad, so probably like 13 or 14,000 on a book.
Shit.
Uh,
Damn.
yeah.
Damn.
I mean, I got like a 200 pages left, but it's taken me a while. I started reading it like 2 years ago.
Do you ever like when I'm looking at a screen for too long, I like go up. I like lift my head up from whatever I'm looking at, and I do like eye calisthenics. Like look up like 2 times, look to the
Yeah.
left 2 times, make sure I don't get that eye strain going.
Yeah, no, I installed a program on my work computer that would like remind me every now and then, and like every 15 minutes it would pop up with an exercise to do. It would
That's
be like
helpful.
focus on something far away for a little while, and I found my eyes were much better after that. Like I
That's
would sometimes it would
sick,
just hurt. Like it would be like Saturday, I'd wake up and my eyes would just be like, ow.
bro. Eye strain is the worst, man. I hate it. I hate when literally looking is giving you pain. Like
Yeah.
you know, holy shit. Um, for me, I'm gonna say the Holy Bible. No, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really don't like. There's a reason why I picked up a book to like read in the first place. Because I judged it by its cover, and I wouldn't say I ever like gave up on them. I'm just gonna like read them later, other than like maybe like some university textbooks. That because like
I'm sorry, those don't count as books.
yeah, like I don't really want to know too much more about statistics. Like
That's That's pain in paper form.
It
That's what
is
that is.
pain in paper form. It's like paper cutting your eyes. You know,
Exactly.
it's horrible, horrid. I say horrid. All right, next question. One of these are really weird. What's your earliest memory?
Oh man, my memory is so bad. Um, I would have to say it was like,
Did you do preschool? Because like I can remember preschool like kind of vaguely, and I think it was
I
like
mean,
4.
I kind of remember a little bit of kindergarten just because I never went to half day. It was always like full day kindergarten. So when I was really, really little, I thought I was magic because I could just like close my eyes and when I'd open them, I'd be at home. And it took me way too long to figure out that I was just falling asleep.
It's like when you pass out in the car and like your parent like picks you up and like brings you to your bed and you just wake up in your bed. Does that
Yeah,
ever
you're
happen
like,
to
I'm
you?
magic. I
Yeah,
teleported
magic,
here.
100%.
Yeah.
That's so funny, man. Yeah, 100%. I also want to apologize if we've already answered any of these questions, but hey, if we don't remember answering them, you'll have probably a new take on them. Just saying.
Exactly.
Um, if you could live in a book, TV show, or movie, what would it be?
Oh man. Um, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay, well that's
It's
the easy answer. No,
it's
no, I'm
it's the
kidding.
correct answer.
Absolutely, me too, because that's the best show ever. But I was kind of thinking um, like chocolate. What's it? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Ooh,
Hmm. I mean, that would be dope if you're like if you can get in, but if you're not, you're just like
yeah, you're just suffering poor in your like
exactly.
your grandparents' basement with like your whole family on a bed. Yeah, that would be really shitty.
Yeah. I mean,
But
anything, Star Wars, Harry Potter.
oh, any of those like fantasy realms would be really sweet.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
Where would you not want to be?
Oh, probably the Gardens of the Moon book that I was just talking to you about.
Yeah,
It's a good book, but goddamn, there's a lot of war in that thing. You can't be safe.
yeah, that would
You would
definitely
just
not
have,
be a good time.
yeah. The only way to be safe is if you just become a hermit and like live in the middle of nowhere where no one can find you.
Yeah,
So
100%. For me, it would probably have to be like what's that book called? It's called like 1987, or is it 1984? Hold on.
it's 1984.
1984, yeah, 1984, because like that whole Big Brother concept kind of scares me. But we kind of live in like a Big Brother society because like you know, there's definitely someone who always knows like what we're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like and everything's like traceable, in the right circumstances. But like that just kind of like ramps up that fear, like on steroids with like what it's like it's a regime or whatever. And I haven't actually like read the book, but I've definitely heard enough
It's creepy. Yeah, it's creepy.
like book reports on it, like from because like remember speaking of horrible like existences, remember summer school for English?
Yes. Yeah. I remember being late that one time and like we ran back on full stomachs after
Oh
like
my
eating comic or
god,
whatever.
bro, I was
Uh,
gonna die because I literally like so I was up till like 1 a.m. every day doing homework. So I'm like, okay, I want a Red Bull today if I present. And then like I down that Red Bull at in like the Food Basics parking lot. And
yeah.
we ran back, and then that just like ramped up my heartbeat rate anymore on top of like the stress of like I'm about to do like a
A
presentation
presentation.
in
Yeah.
front of the class, so my heart was just going like so quick, and I luckily didn't have to present that day because I think I would have passed out if I definitely like if I did my presentation that day. But yeah, great memory, 100%. And yeah, next question.
Another like any horror movie.
Oh,
I would
okay, yeah,
not want to
well,
live in that world.
100%. Although if you know like the tropes well enough, it'd be kind of funny to be in a horror movie and just like
I
not taking
I
that
mean,
turn.
I guess the scary movie style. I'd be
Yeah.
down for that.
Oh, bro,
But
that'd be so fun to be in the scary movie and just beat up the screen guy. The screen
yeah,
guy. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. Be that person, who reads the sign that says Death Alley and, don't go down that way. Go down like,
exactly.
yeah. um, you know, what was the other? I think there's like another stereotype that's like, oh, if you're like black and you're in a horror movie, you're always like the first to go too. So like they're like horror movies are somewhat racist.
I think so. Or it was like, yes, it was something like that. And it was just like, I think it was always there's a comedian who had a comedy skit about it, and he was just like, every now and then they throw in a black person to make all you white folk feel better, but we ain't that stupid.
Yeah,
So
that sounds like something like Dave Chappelle would say for sure.
yeah, it probably was, or yeah, something like that. His style of comedy for sure.
Fire. Oh man, I love Dave Chappelle. So funny. What are you a natural at?
Hmm.
This is flexing the question. Oh, bro.
What am I natural at?
I'd say like math,
Geez.
like logically based problems and stuff.
Yeah, no, I can say, yeah, maybe like logic style thinking. I wouldn't say I'm amazing at math. Like I can get good marks if I work hard enough, but it's not just easy for me, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
But definitely I would say like kind of logic thinking, problem solving and stuff.
natural at. I'd say I'm a natural at like cooking and baking. Like I don't really try too
Wow,
hard.
I thought you were gonna go with like being a people person because that's definitely what you're natural at.
That's good too, but it's like, you get into like the stress and stuff of like how many times have you like known someone you pass by on the street and you just like you don't wave at them? Has that ever happened to you? Because like you stress out
Yeah,
in the moment. Yeah, because that
yeah,
happens to me all the
every
time.
single time.
And
It's
it could
always
be
just like,
someone
wait, will they
yeah,
recognize me? There was
yeah,
one time where
exactly.
I passed the same guy on the street like 4 times, and I didn't say anything 3 times. And every single time we would walk by each other, because like it would be like, wait, I think I know that guy, but no one would make the first move. So on the fourth time, I was finally just like, hey man, what's up?
Bro, it's really me. Like every time I'm at the gym, it's like I'll see somebody who walks in who I know, and I'm like, oh, I should say hi. But I'm like, I'm also a big believer that there's a sort of like a rhythm to working out, and that like if
Yeah,
like it'll throw you off like your sets and stuff, and like your muscles will start cramping. So, yeah. But I love people and stuff. So like that's even though I just fought against it for that whole argument, I'd definitely say like it doesn't really take me like too much to
you're
interact with
definitely a
someone.
natural at building those relationships with people, man.
Yeah,
That's for
I'm just hard on myself. That's what I'm natural at. Being hard on myself. But yeah, no. Also, I think cooking and stuff because I just like I I don't know. Like I look at my dad. Like my dad can, sorry, dad can like barely use like the microwave. Like there was this one instance the other day. And he was trying to figure out how to microwave like frozen vegetables, and for whatever reason he couldn't figure it out. So he just I'm just like, Dad, I got this, don't you worry. He's like, thank you so much.
nice.
So
Just
there's
coming
that.
in clutch.
Yeah, man, what's your favorite book?
Oh wow, this is a question. I mean, I love. Okay, it's for like a little bit of a younger audience, but I had such a fun time reading The Ranger's Apprentice by, wait, let me just look up the name. Um, who's the author? It's like,
I definitely
yeah,
remember you reading these.
John
Yeah.
Flanagan. I've read them so many times, they're just fantastic.
Are you also on the page that says the authors are John Flanagan and John F. Flanagan?
That's a I just looked on the Google search and then got a picture and used that.
Okay, yeah, John Flanagan. And it's like fantasy. Like it looks kind of like World of Warcrafty, like that kind of aesthetic. What's that
Yeah,
called? Fantasy.
yeah, it's more like historical. I mean, not historical fiction. I don't know. It's not super fantasy. It's more of like kind of in the past. Like you're not everybody's human, and it's like basic, old-fashioned technology. There's no real magic. But yeah,
Damn. Yeah, for me, favorite book of all time. Yeah, like if I, I mean, I'm trying to read more. I'm not the best reader. I don't really enjoy reading as much as you do. I would definitely say. But the last, like, it's a long time ago, but the last like good book I read was probably like the fourth installment of Percy Jackson.
Oh, love those books.
Those
I
those
mean,
are good books, bro.
they're definitely on par with the Ranger's Apprentice. Like the series, they have like
Yeah,
the main
man.
like 6 books or whatever, and then they have it goes to the Romans for a little bit, then back to the Greek. I remember being in grade 8, and like there was one day I forgot to sign a sheet, and I couldn't go on like a day um field trip or something, and I just had to stay in like Miss Ford's room for the entire day while everybody was on their trip, and I didn't even care because I was reading one of those books.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Like, which one in that series would be your favorite, like, of the Percy Jackson novels?
Out of the first one, I mean, they're all like really high quality. I like the first one for sure, but like later on in the series as well, I would
It
say the
gets
beginning and
fucked.
the end were amazing.
It gets
The middle,
crazy, man.
yeah, yeah. I
Like,
mean, you have such it just like a passion for Greek mythology. It was just so cool.
buddy, it's literally that. Okay, we gotta talk about that more because it's just like the twist of that shit, man. But like that book series literally drove me to like insanity, like how crazy it was. Like, first of all, it's dope because you're half god and you can basically do like all the shit they could. Like that was awesome. Um, the movie sucked though.
Yeah, I wish they actually. Whoa, there's a TV show. I just looked it up, and there's a TV show in development for Disney Plus for Percy Jackson.
Oh, let's go! Oh, it is 20th Century Fox that did it, so that makes
Yeah,
sense. But
yo,
that would be really
that's
sick,
amazing. I
bro.
would
I,
watch that
I
TV show.
I can't wait. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that. Hopefully, like they do it well. Um, like the Avatar: Last Airbender live action coming out. Can't wait for that either.
Yes, definitely gonna watch that, and can't wait for the second season of Mandalorian.
Oh man, yeah. What did you think of the first one? I only watched about like I think half.
Yeah, I'd say you have to finish it.
Okay,
I
okay.
like it. I really like it.
Did you see like the like
The teaser trailer from like IGN or something.
they already put out a teaser trailer?
No, IGN like made their own on 420,
Oh,
and it was just Baby Yoda, being
420,
smoke.
buddy. They
Yeah,
probably
no,
made it.
it
They
was Baby
probably made
Yoda
it on.
smoke. It was Baby Yoda smoking and being like a DJ. Like in his
Okay,
teenage years, he giving the Mandalorian the finger and being just smoking.
that's freaking. I'm like, whoa, like why would they do that? Then I'm like, okay, because he's smoking. But I thought I could
Yeah,
have sworn you meant like April Fools. They did that. And I was
uh,
like,
that'd be mean. That'd be
oh
so
my
mean.
god, it just turns into a sitcom, like one of those like slice of life things, like freaking Full House. It's just raising
That'd be
Baby Yoda.
hilarious. Yeah. Well,
Baby
the thing
Yoda,
is,
yeah.
the original name for it too. They said Mandalorian season 2 trailer official, right? And then they
Ooh.
got in trouble from Disney, of course, and then they had to change the name. But for the time, it was funny.
Oh, definitely. Like kills me. Just the idea of it, 100%. Um, yeah. Let's go on to our next question. Uh, ooh, what is something you can never seem to finish?
Um, hmm. I don't know. I'm pretty good at finishing stuff. Usually it takes a while, but I'll eventually get it done.
That
I would say maybe like cleaning something.
that's
Like I'll
true.
just start tidying up and then I'll just not finish and leave it till it gets dirty the next time.
That's actually a super hard question. Yeah, I see that. Like definitely that. Like at work, of course, I always like clean everything because I'll get my ass beat if I if I don't.
If you don't, yeah.
But at home, I definitely slack there because I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
I mean,
okay.
there's always the two mentalities, right? You work super hard at work, and then when you go home, you're just like, I don't want to do
I
anything.
just want to relax, man. Yeah, exactly. For
Yeah.
my next shift, 100%. Something. What is something you can never seem to finish? Um, ooh, maybe like I haven't tried in a long time, but like I've never been able to finish like a whole tub of ice cream. I could definitely do that now, though. I'm confident. I'm gonna
Oh
do
yeah.
that one of these days, one of these hot summer days.
I mean, I really want to go buy a full bag of like family size salt and vinegar chips and just eat all those.
Muck. Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
We should. 100%. We're
I
gonna have
mean,
like a big feast after all these
yeah,
things are lifted.
yeah. I still feel like I'm dealing with all the salt you gave me from my birthday gift of like 20 of like 20
20 tubes of
pink
Lay's
Pringles. Yeah,
stacks. Yeah.
yeah. Oh man,
Damn, that was fire, man. That was. I can't
my
believe
taste
first.
buds were gone for like two
Yeah,
months.
just digested your whole tongue or like dissolved it. I guess is the better word. What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Um, I really, I mean, people are gonna think this is weird. I really like old fashioned vanilla, like vanilla bean.
That's not. No, there's not nothing wrong with that.
Um, and strawberry. I'd say those are my two favorites.
Damn. You do sound like an old man.
I can't help it, dude. The heart wants what the heart wants.
Oh, I understand. No, I definitely agree with vanilla. I think nothing can really ever beat vanilla because it's like the most customizable. And I'm a big believer in you should always just put something on your ice cream. Like ice cream should always be a sundae, even if it's in a cone. Like there should be something else. Like when you have like drumsticks or nutty buddies or whatever they're called. You know, the things with like peanuts on them. You get
Yeah,
from like Circle K now. I was going to call it Max Milk. Rest in peace, Max Milk. Um, but that is great, not because it's just vanilla, but it's vanilla covered in chocolate and nuts with
yeah.
a
You gotta have a little something else in there.
100%. A big agree with that. But I actually went to Papa Sam's this week, and I had a scoop of gold ribbon or gold label or something. No, it's gold ribbon, 100% gold label. That's the bar back mentality. Gold ribbon and one of Moose Tracks. Moose Tracks is so good, man. Like peanut butter cups and ice cream.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like that stuff, but for some reason the plainer ones are always like my favorites. Even though if I like we usually go get like ice cream, I'll get like a cookie dough or a mint or something like that. But the favorites are always strawberry or vanilla.
Yeah, but well, there's beauty and simplicity too. You know,
Yeah.
Ooh, what bends your mind every time you think about it?
Um. Hmm. I would say like mortality. That bends my mind.
that
And
is
like
that is a very
thinking
mind.
about like the afterlife and stuff, and like consciousness. What happens to your consciousness? That just,
It's gonna get
that's my,
uploaded in Elon Musk's cloud from the Neuralink.
I mean, let's hope. Let's hope.
Let's hope, yeah. No, I think those are really like interesting concepts, indeed, because like, um, you you definitely don't know what it's like to be dead because you've been alive to this point. If you know what it's like to be dead, contact us from from the
Yeah,
afterlife.
we'd like to know.
We'd love to have you on the podcast. Um, like it's definitely really hard things to understand, just because there's truly no way to obtain a perspective from it. Although there's like that that there's this movie that came out, and I think it was called 7 Minutes. Well, it wasn't called 7 Minutes in Heaven because that's a party game. But it was called like To Heaven and Back or something like that. And it was about this like boy who died for like 5 minutes or something, and then they brought him back to life, and then he's like all of a sudden able to like like describe what his like grandfather looked like when he was young. And he says that like like everyone like young, old, beautiful or ugly all looks like the same and like youthful up there or something like that. So I think that's a really interesting thing. Or they just really like drugged up this kid in the hospital. He saw some crazy shit. And what consciousness? Yeah, consciousness is definitely like crazy because like there's so many different theories about it, and there's like theories about how like our thought may not be our own, right?
Yeah,
And
no, consciousness is so much bigger than like the person.
yeah, 100%. What really like blows my mind or bends my mind is like computers and technology and how like we go into the earth to like obtain these minerals and refine them into like metal, turn the metal into circuits, and then that becomes like a computer that we can just like use. And it
Yeah,
all comes from like synthesizing earth materials, and it just blows my mind to think about it.
yeah, and how this entire like thing can just be a series of zeros and ones being told to like be read a specific way.
Oh, 100%.
It's
And the
insane.
fact that someone's like, this isn't good enough. Let's go start looking at quantum technology. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I
Why?
mean, quantum computers are definitely cool, but they're going to be very like difficult in their current kind of iteration, I think.
Yeah, well, everything like you think about computers and how they used to like run on like punch cards and like
Yeah,
vacuum tubes and shit. Like that was definitely hard to maintain than they
yeah,
are now, and not to mention like one like 100th of the size.
yeah. No, so tiny now. What do you feel about like space travel? Like, do you think if we'll eventually be able to get to space, get ships or whatever that can go in space? Do you think you'd ever be able to go like the speed of light or like even close to it? Or potentially even like teleport or something like that.
Yeah, well, I know we're definitely apparently like this is something I really like to talk about because I hate like like say like I'm going down to Bishops or like we're going down to Bishops or whatever to like the party, and like we don't mind like driving down. It's kind of like part of like the anticipation and experience, but driving back after that full fun weekend sucks,
Yeah,
like
yeah. The drive down there is always a good time. The drive back is just kind of silence and everybody's sleepy. It's like, oh,
like tired and like not feeling good. And yeah, I just wish I could teleport back, but apparently like the amount of like heat needed to separate like every one of your atoms, not to mention the math as well to reconstruct it on like another point, like
is
like
insane.
it is insane. But like the fact that it's like plausible makes me think it's not like impossible, like we'll eventually get like the technology to make like you look at like LEDs, compared to like the original light bulb, and the power consumption is nowhere near the same. Like
Yeah,
the iridescent bulbs and stuff for like
it's like one
heaters.
or two
Yeah.
watts. Yeah, yeah, 1 or 2 watts for like an LCD that has the same output as a 100-watt light bulb.
Yeah, and like like you see those assholes with the fucking LED bars on the front of their trucks driving down like the highway behind you, and suddenly it's
Yeah,
daytime again, and that's
yeah,
just
man, they're so
battery
bright.
power.
That's so bright.
I definitely think we'll have like portals or something because that's more of a matter of no pun intended, a matter of ripping through like space. Um,
Yeah.
and
So,
and
do you think it would be like something that we'd have to set up on each end? Like you have a start and then an end. So you would like need, to send out a robot or whatever, and then to get it to fly in space for 10,000 years or whatever until it gets to point B,
ooh,
and then you can teleport. Or do you think it would just be like, well, we have the ability to not only like dismantle something, but send them incredibly fast to a destination and then reassemble them?
um, I definitely think. Ooh, that's actually a good question too, because I think, like, are you saying like we'll have
Like
to?
right now, all this stuff around, that travel is with two connected things, and they're
Yeah,
connected,
like point
and
A,
then you
point
send
B.
it from one. Yeah, you send it from point A to point B. Do you think there would be a way to just go from point A to anywhere? Or do you think it would have to be connected specifically to another point? Like it potentially
Ooh.
could be connected to multiple, but do you think they could just be like, "Hey, here's a pair of coordinates in space,"
So you're
and then
talking like Star Trek beaming versus like
yeah,
whatever, like teleportation discs or whatever.
yes, exactly, yeah,
Yeah, I think yeah, well exactly. Like we got oh God bless automatic doors, baby. We got automatic doors from Star Trek. So I don't see why we wouldn't be able to you know, take study the technology of beaming or whatever and be able to like, you know, reverse engineer the concept of that
yeah,
somehow. Like I think it's definitely like like human beings are truly like remarkable, and we're definitely, even though it doesn't seem like it, I definitely say we're getting
mm,
smarter every day because we're getting more like interconnected
yeah,
through
yeah,
globalization. And yeah, eventually, if we will always like, if we can eventually put all of our differences aside and like um face on like matters like this, like the
yeah.
future of
Become like a
transportation.
planet instead of countries.
Yeah, become yeah, exactly, become a hive mind. Um,
Maybe not that far.
okay, maybe not that far. But yeah, get all that. You know, like unite, let the United Nations unite us, and we could definitely, yeah, like, if we put all our heads together, we'll definitely come up with, we'll revolutionize everything. I feel.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I remember seeing that there's a prototype of an engine that doesn't use any fuel. It just uses like it's a spring system, and theoretically it could go almost or relatively close to the speed of light. But it's completely theoretical, so no one has any idea if it's gonna work out or not. But it's
Well,
just
it
something
makes
that's pretty
sense
cool.
though, because like, have you ever heard like, you know, self winding watches?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
as you walk or whatever, as you move around.
Well, like not even that. Like you like wind them up or whatever, like a box, and then they go, and it's all mechanical, like gear
Oh,
powered
and
and
it
stuff.
just will never stop just because the way it's
Yeah,
designed.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like I think that could also be a basis for like future technology for sure,
yeah.
especially when like fuel sources become less and less, or become more and more scarce. You know.
Yeah, no, I think the change to renewable energy is definitely going to happen. I would say within the next 100 years. I hope, like going over to like purely hydrogen and batteries and stuff like that. Because I think hydrogen engines would be like super cool.
And very like promising too with like the technology and
Yeah,
water's hydrogen. So
yeah, no,
um
and you could just collect all the water, and then I mean, I think the like end goal of what I think would be really cool is everybody has a little hydrogen generator in their garage, and then as you just drive your car, it creates a little bit of, water. You collect it, then you just throw it back in the hydrogen generator, and then you're all full to go the next day.
yeah, well, like there's this guy in Brazil who like his like nephew went to university or something like that, so he had like university textbooks, and he used his nephew's textbooks to get the science right to make like a water powered dirt bike. So
Yeah,
it works. It works. It's a
so
thing.
cool.
All
Hmm.
right, last question. Last question. Um, hmm. What is your theme song?
Oh wow. Um, I would say I would say it changes quite frequently. Um, I mean, like what a song that describes us, or a song that we like listening to a lot.
Well, let's do both.
Oh wow. Okay. Hmm. I mean, I'm kind of in a rock style binge right now.
Right on. Right on. Rock on.
Um,
All right.
so like Zombie. I've been listening to that a bit
Great
recently.
song, right? Like the by the Bad Wolves, like that
Yeah,
cover, because it's by the
yeah, the
Cranberries
cover.
originally. Yeah, oh, the Cranberries.
And then, hmm, yeah, then there's a band called Slaves that I think is pretty cool.
Right on.
So those are the kind of the songs that I've been listening to a lot recently. In terms of a theme song, um, I don't know. You'd have to go into, I think, some soccer music for a theme song. I don't think I've found one yet.
It's fair enough. Or you know what I'd say, buddy? I'd say All Star. That's your theme song.
All Star.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because you're an All Star, buddy.
All
You get
right.
the
Oh,
show
thanks,
on.
man.
I got
Thanks,
you.
man.
I got you. But I'll let you think further, and if you don't come up with anything, that's fine too. But for me, I'd say what I'm listening to right now is like definitely just a lot of like old, and by old I mean like 2, 3, like anywhere between like 2 to like 6-year-old rap, where like Congratulations by Post Malone, like that's a banger, right? What else? He has this really sad
Goosebumps.
song. What's that? Goosebumps?
Goosebumps.
Yeah, Goosebumps by Travis Scott. That song just like what reached like 1.5 billion streams or something this week. So that's super amazing, and I'm definitely not surprised because it is a heater. And yeah, this is like some older like ASAP. So like Electric Body, good song, good song. LSD is a good song by him too. Very vibey, very like nice, like early summer, like you're out tanning, like it's the sun's warm, nice time to relax, kind of
Yeah.
song. And my theme song, um, um, would definitely be Pour Some Sugar on Me, just because I'm a pretty sweet guy, and Def Leppard is an amazing band. Don't you
Very
think?
good song.
And it's just an iconic song, and I also do I would like to choose to believe that I am too iconic, so there
Yeah.
we go.
I would say my theme song, maybe "The Sound of Silence" by Disturbed. It just has like a kind of like very reflective, contemplative vibe to me, and I feel like
Mm,
that's kind of something that I like
that's
to
a
do, increasingly just reflect on life and
that
stuff
is a
like
good
that.
answer. Yeah, Sound of Silence by Disturbed.
But yeah,
Is that the Hello Darkness, My Old Friend?
yeah.
No. Okay, there's I was trying to think. Oh, I was thinking of Down with the Sickness for some reason.
Oh no, "Down with the Sickness" is not my theme song.
No. Wow. Oh, that's a great song, man.
It
Oh,
is a good song, but definitely not my theme song. That's for sure.
hell yeah. Well, thank you very much for answering all these like, once again sporadic all over the place kind of questions.
Yeah,
That was sweet. On the next episode we'll have our buddy Brock with us. We've talked about
first
him
guess.
once or twice. Our first guest, we're pumped. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of things. We'll probably have a bracket, bring that back for that episode. And yeah, thanks very much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
For sure. Peace, peace.